And good evening, everybody. This is Michael Filighera. I am with logicalsignals.com and tradershelpingtraders.com. And this is the Elliott wave update for the S&P 500 index for Monday, July 12th, 2021. Market continues to follow current analysis very cleanly, and that gives greater support to the count that I'm using right now as we track out this final sub-minute wave 5. Now, within that sub-minute wave 5, it is subdivided. But if we take a look right here at this move, it would appear to have the, or appear to be a clean 5 waves. And let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nearly complete. Not quite, but nearly. And so when I think about that, the possibility of where this could come is maybe up here to 43.86. And would that then complete this entire sequence? And because the other alternate view would be that it's just going to complete a wave 1 of 5. And if that's the case, we've got a lot more to go. So how would I balance this out? The first thing I do is I go out and I go up to our daily. So I can get the furthest out. So the furthest I have out right now is a measurement for that minor 5th wave. And so within it, we've also now drawn Fibonacci extensions for the minute wave 5. And then we've drawn again Fibonacci retracements for the sub-minute wave 5. And then again today, I just put some additional on that could represent the sub level. So I've come out to the daily, and I'm going to pull this open a little bit so that we can see that the 0.618, which is where minor 5 would be equal to 0.618 of the distance of the length of minor wave 3. That is continuously been the most common relationship between wave 5 and wave 3. So it continues to point that we have more to go before minor wave 5 is finished. Now I start to work it back down. Excuse me. So again, I'm now just back to the hourly chart, and I'm like, well, okay. So if I go here to here, excuse me, I'm sorry, that this projects or to complete here at 43.86. Now, if I still have quite a way to go before I'm getting upwards of 46.71, that's where that minor 5 projects to. We've got a lot of territory between. Now, pull this back down. This could definitely be just wave 1 of 5. And that would just tell us that we're subdividing, very similar to what we did here. In the third, we subdivided, and then we subdivided, and then we subdivided. Excuse me. And that could be happening again. So I'm still just going to count it as a completion of a 5th wave, not that of that upper degree of wave 1. And actually, I can just, as I used to compare, I went and I looked at the cash market. The cash market pretty clearly is telling me that this is likely completing wave 3 of 5. Right? If this was 3, this is 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, or maybe a little 4 and a 5 to complete 3. Now, take that back, and I don't think that the future is going to be that far ahead of the cash. I mean, that would be like really driving nails into prediction. In any case, no, that's not what I wanted. I'm not sure how that all got back up there. There. But I do think we can say either this is where the extension is, and I'm missing these little 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up, and then that was a 3, this is a 4, this is a 5 of 3. So that's where I'm going with it. So I think we are finishing a 5th, and I think this is where it's going to come, but it's going to be 5 of 3 and not 5 of 5. That does tell me that we have, and I know it's very crowded, so I am going to have to start to take some of these off. In fact, probably take all of them off and reset them so that we can see it. That if this is going to complete, we got one more up, up to 43.86-ish, anywhere above this current high, 79.25, does the trick. Then we have a 4th wave correction. And to tell you the truth, this is kind of where I'm thinking it's going to go. So we've still got that, can come back into this 4th of one lesser degree. And then still, we're going to do a 5th wave up. So we are continuing to stair step. And now I'm going to start putting back. First, I'll put back this one, which should give us where we think this current 5th wave is going to come. And that's right there at 43.87, so in that hood. And then I'm going to put the next layer on that's going to tell us where, the subminute wave 5 should go. These are all going to be estimates because I'm not quite getting precise enough. I don't think that I have to break it down. Let's go out to the daily. We're now going to look at that minor 4. Where, excuse me, with the minor 5th. So that's going to go up to here. That's going to go there. And so going back to the hourly. Now let's see where we're going to get overlap, because once I get that 3rd finished, I'll run this from here to there to down to give us where the larger 5th should come to. Right now it's pointing to right there. But you can see we got this huge cluster. Here's one. Yeah, 44.60. And so we've got this very large cluster above 4400. And that's where I think it's going to stair step its way up into it. And we'll complete, I think, somewhere up into this area. And I know that it doesn't seem like it's that far. And then in another view, it seems like it's a mile away to get up to 100 points from where it is, and still have to correct and go. But it has stair stepped its way up here so beautifully thus far that it hasn't broken any guideline or rule to take us away from this count. So it's very similar to when you're basing a trade on the moving averages. Well, unless it breaks the reason that you're getting into the position, because you're looking for a move to a particular next level, and your moving averages continue to confirm it, until your moving averages don't confirm it, you stick with the trade. Or you try to have patience, let's say. Same thing here. I don't have any reason to go with that. No, we're finishing, because my a little bit larger Fibonacci extensions are telling me, no, there should still be more to come based on common relationships between the waves. So when we get those common relationships and they're consistently being met thus far, I have no reason to doubt them coming up here. Again, of course, on new all-time highs, we will be looking closely at 43.87. I'm going to want to see the reaction at that level. I want to see what happens off that level again, because we are in uncharted territory. So we only can go on what our common relationships are. We don't really have any chart points. because we've not been here before. So I can't say, well, this is a fourth wave, or this was a fifth wave of one previous, move. And so you can pick resistance and support based on that. We haven't been here yet. So we're going on history. And so based on history and this index, these are the most common relationships for the type of move that's underway. So that's what we're going on. And that whole big cluster up here continues to point that this is where it most likely will go. The count will become clear and evident, which is why you can see, like today, I went out to look at the cash market to realize, no, it's not done yet. So there is another subdivision under here that proves that this is just finishing the third. We still have a 4 and a 5. And to be honest with you, that balances out very neatly with the NASDAQ. And these two indexes seem to be going hand in hand. For all this rally and decline, they've been going pretty much hand in hand, supporting each other in either direction and just kind of going together on this. And so the NASDAQ continues to point higher, so does the S&P. And again, that's based on the Fibonacci relationships between the waves. So I'm going to leave it there. Pullbacks now. When we get up here, remember, we're completing a third wave. Then we're going to have a fourth wave correction. This is the area. Minimum would be here. Let me take this down just a tad, if we can get a quicker, easier look. This would be the one area, but it could find some support even higher. And that would be up into here. That wouldn't be much of a pullback. So that's why I think that we head into this one, which isn't actually all that much further below that. But it just opens up the depth. It can go within the range. And being that it would be a fourth wave, what it can't overlap basically is this right one. So, but it can get itself into this territory. So down here, and then down as far as, oh no, I take that back, I'm sorry, it's not that way one, it's this way one. So it definitely can come all the way in here. Because where we would run that Fibonacci retracement from is from here to wherever this tops out. And that'll give us a retracement back. And most likely like 0.382, 0.5, we're going to come into this zone. So continue to use your moving averages for intraday day trading on a 1 and a 2 and a 5 minute chart. I also can use it against a 15-minute chart. You can check on it on your hourly chart, just to keep tabs on where things are lined up and where things are not lined up. It was good trading today. It gets slow at periods, but if you remain focused and remain engaged, it's a very profitable day. So the trading is very profitable, and that's both the S&P and the NASDAQ. I'm going to leave it there, folks, and the next update will be Tuesday, the 13th.